Hello, beautiful manifestors. It is Olivia Grace, and I'm back with another video for you all. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing some success stories of me, and my clients manifesting things without lifting a finger. So stay tuned. It's going to be great and inspiring. Um, Other than that, if you're new here, I am Olivia Grace. I talk about the law of assumption, manifestation. This is the Master Manifestors channel. If you're new here, I would love to have you be here. Like the video, comment, subscribe. If you're into manifestation, you will fit right in here. So, yeah, other than that, let's get right into the success stories. I'm going to start with my clients and I believe some of them, yeah, my clients first, and then I'll go into mine. All right. Okay. So first is my client manifesting a trip to Bali. It's funny because the day before she sent me the success story, I was actually looking at trips to Bali for my birthday. But anyhow, this client says that it was the weekend and she was feeling kind of like um, bored, basically. Like, I don't have anything to do. I don't like, why is my social life sucking all the time? Like, I don't have anything to do, all this stuff. And she caught herself in that train of thought and said, you know what? Let me flip this and let me just be grateful. So she goes into gratitude. She said she wrote for like 2 hours of being grateful for all the things that she has in her life. And by the time she was done, she had several manifestations pop through, one of them being a free trip to Bali, in which her friend calls her and is like, hey, I'm in Bali. And you can come and stay here. I have a villa here. You'll have the whole, like, your own private villa to yourself. And yeah, if you want to come down here and stay here in Bali, then you can. And so she ended up having a 10-day trip paid for, where she was able to stay in Bali. So that was amazing. And she had a wonderful time. She was treated like a goddess the entire time she was there, as she should. And yes, switching her attention just like that created an incredible experience. Instead of Netflixing and feeling sorry for herself for the weekend, she switched into having energy, which is the energy of gratitude, and manifested a huge, amazing, wonderful, beautiful trip. Okay. All right. This next client this client has a 9 to 5 job, and she was manifesting extra pay at her job. And she was just like, I don't really know how I can get extra money because I'm being paid hourly, right? And so she didn't even really think about it too hard, but she was like, well, I want it, so it's going to happen. She says literally, I don't remember how, it might have been instant, but don't quote me on that. But shortly after she makes that decision, she gets a text from her boss, and her boss tells them that if you pick up shifts on these days, we are going to pay you an extra $1,000 a week for you to work these shifts. And the shifts that they were talking about were the shifts that she had already scheduled herself to work. So she manifested an extra $1,000 like instantly from her job that she previously thought she couldn't receive more money from. Okay, she also gets like a whopping like 18 to $24 an hour extra, not included, extra on top of her base pay for doing overtime. Okay, and that's just apparently how her job is. And I was like, wow, like, girl, you are in the money. Okay, so I hope that encourages people. When I talk about manifesting money, people assume, well, you have a business, so it's easy for you, or so it can only come if you have a business, and that's just not true. Okay, but you have to be open to see it. Even though she was thinking, I don't see how it's going to come through my job, but it still did. Okay, because there are ways you know not of. All right, next story. The same goddess, um, she had an SP. So when she was dating, and this person was just not showing up correctly, not showing up in the way that she wanted, right? And she just got sick of it. This goddess is very deep in knowing her worth and her value. And she was like, not even that they were doing anything bad, but they just weren't living up to the expectation and the standard that she had for herself as far as a partner. And so she cut them off and was just like, look, like, you're not matching my dream life. So I'm not going to be with you. And this person continued to pursue her and try and come back, but she said he kept coming back as the same version, so she was just uninterested and just didn't want anything to do with him. She even went as far as telling him, "Hey, I'm dating other people," even though she wasn't. "I'm dating other people. It's over. It's done. Like, leave me alone." And so this client, she was in one of my group programs, and this week we were focusing on revision. And she ended up revising her SP, and or maybe she was just revising generally, but her SP ends up showing up exactly the way that she wants, to the point that she's like, he's even using phrases that he's never used before. He's talking like a completely different person. He's like a completely different person entirely. Like, I don't know this version. But this version that showed up is exactly the way that she wants, telling her all the things that she wanted to hear. And I want to emphasize that this client specifically did not want to manifest an SP. Did not. She just felt like it was a waste of energy for her to affirm or try and get somebody to like her. She has a great self concept, and so she just didn't want to do that. So she didn't. So even with her not doing that, not being intentional about him changing or whatever, just her deciding differently about this is her holding on to her boundaries and saying, this is what I expect, this is the only thing I accept, this is it, this is the bar, either you meet it or you step off. He met it exactly the way that she wanted him to. Okay. All right. Okay, next. So this client was manifesting some extra money. And now again, it was either $2,000 or $3,000. She was just manifesting an extra $2,000 or $3,000. And she ends up getting a check from her job, an extra bonus check that she wasn't expecting, right? So she gets a bonus check for like 1,700. Let's say it was it was 2,000. So she gets a bonus check for 1,700, and she's like, wow, like this is great. It happened, but I said 2000. And as she doubles down on what she decided, her boss comes and gives her the extra $300. She didn't ask for it. She didn't make him do it. He just came and gave her the extra 3000 to put her right, or the extra $300 to put her right at her goal of $2000. Okay. Once again, this is someone who works in a 9 to 5 job. It's not her own business, that is getting a paycheck that manifested money, still extra money while working the job. Okay. All right. Now, next story. The same client burned her hair. Okay. So her hair literally caught on fire. She has long, gorgeous, beautiful hair, right? And her hair literally caught on fire, and it was singed, right? It was burnt where she could smell it. It was rough. Like, obviously you can imagine what would happen if your hair catches on fire. So she practiced revision, right? She practiced revision that, no, I didn't burn my hair. That never happened. And in fact, my hair is beautiful, long, lustrous, perfect, the way it always is, right? And she says later, I can't remember the exact timeline. I'm sorry, you guys. A lot of these I'm telling like from memory, because I don't have them written in front of me to read them. But she she basically, within like, I want to say a couple hours, y'all, I believe it was the same day, is talking to her mom, and her mom is like, "Oh my God, your hair looks so good. Like, what did you do to it? Like, did you do something different to your hair?" And her hair was back. The burnt smell and the burnt parts wasn't there anymore. Okay, so that was really incredible. Really incredible. Revision is so powerful, you guys. Okay. All right. This one is a story that I do have written down, so I'm gonna read it. Give me just a sec. I posted it actually the other day, but hey, let's see here. All right. So this one is from the God State activation that we had last Sunday. We're having another one next Sunday. And it'll be early bird pricing until tomorrow if you're catching this on Sunday. Early bird pricing until Monday. But I've had a lot of success stories from the God State, but this is one I'll share because it really touched me. So she says, I really love the God State activation. You talk to your audience like you're talking to your friends. So I was really able to grasp the idea. You gave us simple, direct questions that forced me to look at how I view myself and what I actually think about my circumstances. One issue I had been, quote unquote, trying to manifest was perfect health. Well, during the class, I just decided I had it. It's been 5 days with no back pain. I previously suffered a year of daily massages, stretches, sometimes taking muscle relaxers. When I found you recently, I started affirming for better health, but I never just saw it done until your God State activation. I realize I am the person who never has had back pain. Now I really am. Zero, none. I wake up with ease, walk with no strain, and have it started working out again. Thank you for the light bulb moment. I am so grateful my life is already perfect. Love this. It made me so happy because dealing with daily pain, you guys, like, I feel like physical pain and physical ailments is one of the worst things that you can deal with in this lifetime. And it's actually one of the least things that I'm approached with as far as manifesting. But just feeling the freedom of not having to hurt every time you're moving and every time you're walking, and just really liberating herself, because she liberated herself. She decided, I'm no longer that person. I'm not trying to manifest myself out of it. I've never been that person, and got incredible results. Okay. I love that. Love that. Okay. Here's another one with someone making a powerful decision. Okay. Let me see here. All right. She says, Hey Liv, I was watching one of your lives this week and it was about vibrations and aligned action. You mentioned something I needed to hear. You were talking about coaches not posting because they would say, What's the point? I'm not going to get any clients. So I had to reflect and think, Am I not posting because of that? Or is it because I'm not fond of social media? Then I said, Fuck it. I know I'm a great coach. If I start posting again, I'll probably get like 2 or 3 clients a week that want to purchase packages from me, and there's probably someone watching my page waiting to work with me. I started thinking about posting a schedule to start next week. Well, today a former client reached out to me saying she wanted to work with me again because the current person she was working with wasn't helping. I called her to set up an appointment and she paid me while we're on the phone. LOL, I did nothing, not a single post. All right, you guys. Manifesting with no action. And I'll tell you, this person is actually a breakup coach. She didn't give me permission to share this or to share her information. But if she does, then I'll put it in the description for you guys. Okay. But amazing. Perfect. Love that. No action, just making a different decision, you guys. It's so powerful. Okay. It's so powerful. Right. All right. Okay. Let's start with um, my success stories. So, I've really been playing with manifesting money instantly, and I've had a few videos like of me talking about manifesting $1,000 instantly. And so I've told those already. Those are like in shorts and things like that. But I'm going to tell you guys just the ones that have happened this week are just some manifestations that have happened. So these happened just last night, where I gave a super chat to a subliminal channel, and the subliminal channel is called Slade. He has really like detailed, amazing subliminals that are more about like your state of mind than, but whatever. Anyhow, not the point. So he's just one of my favorite subliminals, right? And I was like, oh, I should give him a super chat. Like I should just, give him a super chat. So I gave him a super chat for $10. And I have created the belief that every time I spend money, it returns to me multiplied. So I was like, oh, well, I guess I can expect like $20. Okay, where am I going to get $20 from, right? It doesn't matter. I don't really have too much that costs $20 in my business, right? So, um, a few minutes later, I get a super chat myself for $24. Okay. Speaking of super chats, that's another success story. Was I another day I was giving a meditation channel that I really like a super chat. And I was just like, super chats are so nice. Like, I like that we can, tip the creators and let them know that we really love what they're doing. And I was thinking about myself and I was like, I don't really get that many super chats. And I was like, no, yes, I do. Right. Recognizing the story. Is that what I'd like? No. Then I'm going to tell the story the way I'd like. I was like, no, I always get super chats. I always get super chats. I get super chats all the time. That day, I went live and got 3 super chats in one live, which I think is the most super chats I've ever gotten in a live. People just kept sending them. Okay. So set that. Now back to what I was saying about yesterday. So that happens with the super chat. I say I should be expecting $20. I get $24 back in the next few minutes, right? Then I order food and I ordered like $60 of like Uber Eats, right? And I actually accidentally ordered too much, but I didn't know that. And they charged like an extra $10 fee for something or whatever. And so as I was like paying it, I was like, damn, like this is a lot. Like, why is I just ordered one meal and like a couple like appetizers? Why is it so much? And I was like, it doesn't really matter. Like, money is always coming back to me multiplied. So it's going to come back to me multiplied. Well, within a few minutes, I received a notification of a sale for $100. All right. And so that happened. Mind you, this is happening within like the same couple of hours of the super chat. And so I was like, wow, like I'm really getting good at this. And you guys have heard my other $1,000 stories. Maybe I'll tell those too. But I was just noticing like this is really happening like instantly. This keeps happening instantly. And I was like, I need to stop saying doubled. I need to start saying tripled, right? I just have this thought. Well, our meal ends up taking like really long, right? So basically, it's like 10 it was supposed to be delivered at the latest by 10:15. It's like 10:40 and the map is like, "Oh, it's still at the restaurant, but it said that somebody was delivering it." It was just all this confusing stuff. So, we're on the phone with them. The lady is like, "Let me stay on the phone with you until you receive it," right? Cuz we had like the person had called the gate code and got in, but we still hadn't received it. So, we're on the phone for like 10 minutes and she's like, "You still haven't received it?" I'm like, "No." So she's like, "We're going to call the restaurant." They call the restaurant, and the restaurant tells her that they delivered it already. So we look outside, we still don't have it. So I'm like, "Hey, if they delivered it, we don't have it. It's delivered to the wrong house." So of course we get a refund. And in my mind, I'm like, "Nope, we're going to get a refund and the food. We're going to get a refund and the food." My SP literally goes downstairs to see if he can find the person. He can't. And he comes up. I'm imagining him come back up with the bag of food. He doesn't get it. And so I was like, whatever, it doesn't really matter. And the moment after I'm like about to order something else, after they refund us our money, I can hear the person talking and they're at the door, right? And I'm like, oh my God, I think that's the person. I'm like, go answer the door. They didn't knock or anything, right? I can hear the voice like right outside my door. And so my SP goes there and he grabs the food and he's like, "That's so weird. The guy came out of nowhere. His car is not even down there." Like I went and looked all around. There was nobody out there. And now he just appears at our door. Okay. So just the point of that is now my money's back triple. Okay. It already came back doubled. Now my money's back tripled, just the way that I intended. Okay. All right. I'm not going to go into the other stories because it's already getting a little long. But the next one was a bike. Now, it's really funny because I had been wanting to manifest a bike for a long time. When I couldn't afford to buy a bike, I really wanted a free bike. I wanted someone to just give away a bike and give me a bike. And I just never that just never happened. So once I last summer, or it was like last fall or something, I ended up buying a bike, but it was the bike I always wanted, a pink. It's like a cruiser. It's huge. It's like very bulky, but it's just too bulky for apartments. Like trying to bring it up and down the stairs every time I want to go somewhere, or it can't fit in my car, so I can't take it to the park. It was just not conventional for me to have that. So I ended up selling that, and that was months ago, and whatever. So now that my SP and I are moving to a townhome, we're going to have a garage. So I was like, great, like it's probably time for me to get a bike again. It's getting warm and all of that. Like I want a bike. So talked about it, just dropped it. That day, yesterday, I was at the park walking and there was an unnatural amount of people on bikes. There were so like there were so many people riding on the trail. Like there were so many times I almost got ran into by a bike. And I just again was like, "Oh, soon that'll be me. Soon I'll be here, not running into people, but soon I'll be here riding my bike and, coming to the park to ride my bike, and that'll be so nice, right?" Okay, great. Again, nothing. I go home and my SP is going to pick up boxes from someone, right? So he literally comes home and the people tell him, "Oh, someone else picked up the boxes." And then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, actually, those people changed their mind. So you can come back and get it if you want." And my SP is already at home. So he's like, "Dang, I'm already home, but I'll go ahead and come and drive and get it." So he goes to get it. And when he gets there, he realizes that they're not boxes, they're cardboard, right? It's just pieces of cardboard. And the people that were selling it weren't aware that it was just cardboard, right? So they feel really bad. They're like, "Oh my God, you left your house to come here and get these boxes and they're not even boxes. We're sorry. So, we'll just sell you. Let us just sell you, right?" And then she was like, "Well, you know what? Come in the house because my mom dropped off all this stuff that she wants us to sell. And here, look at these bikes. We have all these bikes. Would you want one of these instead?" So of course he gets me a bike. He got me a bike for absolutely 100% free. That is much more lightweight, much more conventional, but it doesn't matter because we're going to be moving in a minute. All right. Okay. Last but not least, and this is, in my opinion, the best story. Me manifesting my home again without lifting a finger. Okay. I spoke in detail about my process of how I did this within my membership. And I'm going to make another video about this by itself once we move in. But I'm going to tell you guys about how this worked for me, okay? So, moving into this townhome, long story short, I just like my credit is not perfect. Like, my credit, it's actually pretty decent now, but I just have the evictions on my credit from previous circumstances where it wasn't really things that I could control. Not well, okay. I don't want to get into the whole backstory of like the evictions and things like that, but basically, who I was living with, I had left that place. They got evicted or something, but my name was still on the lease. The next place was something where I didn't give notice because I didn't know I had to give notice, and they put it as eviction on my credit. Okay. So, anyways, I'm thinking of these things and I'm like, okay, how are we going to get this place? Like, I'm already well, really, first of all, I accepted like once I knew, okay, we're moving, I accepted that we have the perfect place. That was always the knowing. It's already ours. It's just about us now finding that and finding which one we really love, finding exactly what we want and the place that we want. It's just about us going through the steps in 3D to get it, but I knew that it was already mine. Okay? I also did sats, right? So I would do sats of being in my tub, looking out, being in the townhome. I would sit like when I'm sitting in this room with my SP and we're watching TV, I'm feeling the expansion of a bigger room, of a bigger home, and feeling the space around me, right? So those are like small things that I did. Um, Now we started looking at places like in the middle of March, but because it's a townhome and they're all owned by landlords, they're looking for someone to move in the next 30 days. So we said, okay, we'll wait till April to start looking again. And so one day, like the day before the magic happened, right? I was once again thinking about my credit and us applying. And I was like, man, like I have people working on my credit, but I'm like, I haven't seen anything work with that. So I'm just hoping that, this works out smoothly, right? And then I was like, no, it's going to be the best and easiest, most simple, instant approval and application process that we've ever had, right? Easy, instant approval. I decided that right then, right? Not because someone said that I could, not because I saw a way, because that's what I would like. I said instant, easy approval. The next day, you guys, the next day, my SP wakes up and says, "Oh my gosh, a woman that he's working with sent me some photos of a townhome, right?" And she didn't even put any context. She just sent him photos of a townhome. And this is a woman that he's worked with for years. And so he's like, "Hey, like this is nice, but what is this for?" And she's like, "Oh, I was just going to ask you if you can post this for me because I'm trying to get somebody to move into this townhome." Okay. And he's like, well, me and my fiance, we are looking to move into a townhome. So, like, can we go see it and everything like that? So, long story short, she's like, yes, of course, she would love to have us in the townhome. She's the one that's approving us for the townhome. So, we're already approved. It's like we have to go through the application for, whatever, but we're already approved. It's ours. More than that, the townhomes, first of all, this is in Alpharetta. So those of you that live in Georgia or know Georgia, Alpharetta is one of the richest parts of town in like the Atlanta area. Okay. And and the townhome is stunning. It's stunning. It's gorgeous. It's in a luxury neighborhood. Okay. And so the townhomes in that area for that like quality are going for around like a little over 4,000 a month. She's like, oh, well, for you guys, it's going to be 2950. Okay. So easy, instant approval, giving us exactly what we want in the best part of town, in the best neighborhood. All right. So those are the success stories. And what I'm intending for you all to take from this is to just imagine. I think it's interesting in all of these things, all of these success stories that we were all just imagining. most of we were just like, well, let me just tell the story different. Let me just imagine it different. Let me come into a different energy. And miraculous things unfolded. Okay. So it's available to you. You can do it. Use these stories, you guys, to count yourself in. Count yourself in. Stop using whatever reason to argue for your limitations. Okay. I remember telling the Barbados story that Neville had, and someone said, "Oh, well, I don't have any siblings, so that would never work for me." You're not getting the point, okay? The point is not the how. The point is just imagine, okay? Just imagine. That's it. So I'm intending that this prospers you all immensely. If you guys would like to join the God State activation that's starting on Sunday, the ticket information is in the description. If you would like to coach with me one on one, I do have a few 1 month packages available. I don't do single sessions any longer, but that's all I have for offers right now. But I would love to help you create magic in your world as well. Other than that, I'm sending you all infinite love, intending this prospers you immensely, and I will see you guys in a video soon.